Hey there, Leo. Alright, I know you guys are all about the hair, so check this out. Right there, that's some premium stuff. Look at my mane, you guys. Okay, so this is your How to Find Love spread. So as I've said in all the other spreads that we've been focusing on, that we've been doing, okay, that this is not for people that are looking for a quick fix. This is for people that are serious about self-improvement and about finding love in fun and exciting ways. But this is a journey of self-discovery, and a lot of people are intimidated by finding themselves. And that's all that this reading is about. Okay? It's none of the glitz and glamour, but it's all of the awesomeness and dedication that you have to yourself. It's all about self-improvement, and that's what this reading will be geared towards, okay? So this is talking about how to find love and where exactly we find roadblocks on the path to finding love, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to shuffle 2 more times. Oh, we got the Leo card already. Okay, that one comes up. But we're going to be focusing... I'm going to shuffle 1 more time. And we are good. So the first card here, this card represents you and the issues surrounding you. Okay, and I get the Magician card. So I do feel like the issues surrounding you right now are possibly due to your own making. Something along the lines of not being able to, like, you're able to see things for what they are, but for some reason I feel like you fall into your own illusion. So I feel like the issue is more about you coming to terms with who you are than other people having an issue with you, which I think is kind of the point of the whole thing anyway, is that we have to come to terms with who we are, and other people can step in our way and they can get in our way, but we're the ones that allow them to do that, okay? So we're, in our own way, we're saying yes. When someone says no to us, we're saying, okay, well, I don't know how to respond to that, so I'll say no to me too. And so that's kind of where we come from. So we have to uplift ourselves and we have to get rid of that block. So the way that we do that is, well, let's look at this. So the second card here, this card represents your behavioral patterns that are influencing your love life. And I get the Lover's card. Okay, so what I feel like, and it's in reverse. So what I feel like this is about is it's about romanticizing love too much. It's about, in your mind, you're thinking that love has to be this grand gesture, when really what love is it's loving each other for every day. The big moments, the little minute moments, the funny moments, the sad moments, all that stuff, okay? And it's loving each other in the moment for those days. And it's understanding that it doesn't always have to be exciting, because it's not going to be. There's going to be times where you're doing the dishes, or where you're just doing everyday things, and that may not feel like what love has been told to you to be, but that is what it is. If both of you are in a state of understanding and compassion with one another, even small things can seem very beautiful the way that they're done. And the small things are often the things that we will remember the most at the end of our lives. We'll remember the small things. We'll remember the kindnesses that were brought upon us, okay? And so that's what love is. If we over-romanticize it too much, it becomes this thing where it's like, well, I didn't get a box of chocolates today, or yesterday, or the day before that. And it's like, well, you don't get a box of chocolates every week. Maybe you do. I'm just saying, for most of us, we don't do that. We don't have that kind of relationship. It's something where, over time, we're adored, and we have to be able to feel that, regardless of if there's any kind of validation or source of that coming in. So then let's look at the third card here. This card represents the areas that need further growth in order for you to find love. Okay, so what I see here, we get the Capricorn card. And so this is definitely you working. So far we've got nothing but major arcana, okay? So this is you working on yourself. And this card could also be involved with the Gemini as well, because it is the Lovers in reverse. So you could be dealing with like a toxic Gemini, someone who flip-flops a lot on their decisions, is one way and then another way. The Devil card, though, up at the top, that could also be a Capricorn card. But what it means is it's like people that are addicted to something. It could be sex, it could be porn, it could be gambling, it could be video games, it could be whatever, but you're addicted to finding a way out of your current situation. And that generally involves not having to do any self-reflection. So to me, this card right here says that you're not ready to move on because you're holding on to addictions. Maybe you're addicted to the way that love should be, or maybe you're addicted to the way that you think something should be, when in reality it doesn't actually take that form. Okay? And that means that you have to look at reality the way that it is and not the way that you want it to be, because you'll ultimately be happier looking at reality the way that it is and understanding it versus the way you want it to be, and then getting frustrated and stressed out when it doesn't happen. Okay? If we're looking at the fourth card here, which we're going to be, the fourth card, this card represents the areas you need to change or process in order to find love. So this one here is the Son of Swords in reverse, and this is the Knight of Swords in any other deck. And when it's in reverse, to me, this is... So the things that you need to change is you need to understand when certain messages are coming to you, you can't warp them, you can't look at them any other way. Sometimes things are exactly the way you see them. And trying to look at them in another way or trying to fantasize about them in another way does not make them so. It just makes you more angry and frustrated in the process that you're not able to fully grasp it. You're able to see just part of the picture because we kind of put the blinders on, right? And I'm guilty of doing this too. It's not like you guys are stupid or anything, because you're absolutely not. You guys are incredibly smart. But it's the fact that sometimes things happen and sometimes life gets away from us, and we take these instances and we kind of go off and we live in this kind of fantasy world for a little bit where we wish things were this way, but they're not. But we put ourselves there because we've been hurt in the past. And we feel like putting ourselves in this world helps us heal, when in reality it sets us up for more failure because we're not taking care of the wound. Imagine having a gaping flesh wound and you're just putting a teeny tiny little butterfly band-aid on it. That doesn't do anything. But it looks like it's better, but it's not. And so that's kind of what we're focusing on. We need to look at things and look at reality the way that it is instead of how we wish it to be. Because then we can start to heal. Because then we can start to look at ourselves and how we feel about certain things. And then we can start to understand ourselves better because we know what we want and we know what we don't want in life. Okay, so the fifth card here. This card represents areas that need to be liberated within yourself to allow love into your life. And right there, I get the Mother of Wands in reverse. So to me, this card is all about... When I see this in reverse, and we're focusing on areas that need to be liberated, so what we need to focus on is we need to focus on not being dispassionate with life, not being fed up with it, but seeing the reality for what it is. And I know when I say reality, you guys are probably thinking, at least in some sense, that I mean in a way to be cynical. And I don't, because life can be an amazing thing, and it's perspective that makes life cynical for the cynic or optimistic for the optimist, right? But the way I see it is that regardless of if you're cynical or you're optimistic, reality is reality, and not all optimists are going to be optimistic all the time, and not all cynics are going to be cynics all the time. But there's moments where views change, and right now you're kind of at a pivotal point where you can change and you can look at the world the way it is, or you can look at the world the way you want it to be. Okay, but either way there has to be a choice that's made, and I think you know which one we need to go with. Alright, and I know that's kind of a tough message to hear, but this is a self-healing, self-love kind of reading, and that's what I wanted to bring to you guys this time, because the soulmate readings are awesome. I love doing those, and you can look in the links down below if that's something you'd want to do. But this is talking about healing on a deeper level, and this is talking about understanding things on a deeper level and just letting yourself be, okay? So with that, that is your reading, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I love doing your reading, and Leo, I want you guys to take care, and I will talk to you probably before the month's over. I'll be uploading even more videos for you guys to check out, but yeah, I love you guys. I want you to take care, and God bless. Namaste. Have an awesome one, okay? Bye. Now I'm going to find the button.